As a lot of you do want to have me going over your practice test with you, so I'm making two videos. Two videos. One of them is about the paper one, and the other one is about paper two. Needless to say, you really should only look at this after you try to do the practice test yourself. Okay, so if you haven't done so yet, please if you haven't done so yet, please stop the video and go do the question. Okay. Now, the paper one, just like in chemistry, others, you're not allowed to use a calculator. So there's not a lot of calculations, but if there is, just make sure you do it quickly and very simply. Okay. Um, Now, so for this practice test that is made available to you on Blackboard, so which of the following are evidence of evolution? The answer is these two: homologous structure as well as selective breeding of domesticated animals. This one, number three, it's actually a mechanism for natural selection. So in this case, the answer is one and two. Number two, which process has the greatest advantage in determining which likely to survive? It is the natural selection. Evolution is just a general process, general pretty much what happened at the end. Hybridization, you really are talking about two members from different species, they mate together. You can call that hybridization. Meiosis is really just the process of making sperm and eggs. So the correct one and the best one is really B. Okay. Number three, which phyla can be described having Reidel symmetry, is this one. This is the same one as a snail. You really should just memorize the different characteristic of different phyla. So that's back in Unit 1 lesson. Number four, which best describe the tertiary structure of a protein? Now, the answer is D, because tertiary structure, you are talking about the amino acid side chain. If you're talking about interaction between hydrogen bonds, that is the secondary structure. Sequence of amino acid, that's the primary structure. Um, so prosthetic groups, if you're talking about like the heme, like the iron ion for, that will be the quaternary structure. So in this case, this one is the tertiary structure. Difference between cohesion and adhesion. Now, cohesion and adhesion, this is the property of water molecules. So in this case, cohesion is about water molecules attracted to each other. So two water molecules attracted to each other. And adhesion, you're talking about a water molecule and a polar molecule. So when you're looking at all these, this one, adhesion involves the interaction of water with the xylem. The xylem is a tube that water travels up. It is part of your notes in your about the properties of water. So make sure you look through that. Yeah, this one is just a peptide. You should know what these three are. I know we didn't go through about nucleic acid, but you should, from study of these three, recognize this is a peptide. Notice this one from the C with the double bond O to an N of the other one. That's a peptide bond. Okay, so that's a peptide bond. That's a peptide bond. Which statement about water is correct? So the atoms within the water molecule are held together by a. So which one it is? This one is polar, therefore fatty acid does not dissolve. That this one is correct. Held together by, now the atoms inside is actually held by a covalent bond, so this one's incorrect. Water actually has a high heat and capacity, so this one is incorrect. Ice actually have a lower density than water. That's why ice floats on top in winter, and water is underneath. Okay, so this one is the correct one. Yeah, you can go when the bell rings. Which molecule is shown? Out of these four, only this one is a five-member ring. So just remember ribose is a five-member sugar molecule. True about polar amino acid and cellulose. Uh, Now, cellulose are just beta glucose connected together. Amino acid is just one amino acid, so something just by itself like this. So when you compare this, well, it's not polysaccharide. Cellulose don't have nitrogen. If it is a polar, that means it's hydrophilic. Guys, I'm recording, guys. Thank you. They both contain hydrogen bonds, so that's the answer. In doing an electron micrograph, a cell, ribosome, pili, and the source circular chromosome. So from based on this one, a pili and a single circular chromosome, you should know that this is most likely a prokaryote. So prokaryote won't have RER, it won't have mitochondria, it won't have nuclear membrane. So the only thing left is really a plasmid, okay? Which happens to be down here. This would be a prokaryote, a E. coli bacteria. So here, what is in this? Okay, have a good day. So what is in X here? So again, you have to know a little bit about prokaryote and eukaryote. Prokaryotes don't have endoplasmic reticulum. They also don't have histones and chromatin. Histones are proteins that are attaching to to the DNA, and chromatin is including all that. So you have a nucleoid region. Okay. This one, chemical reaction occurs during anaerobic cell respiration. So you have these four. Keep in mind, anaerobic cell respiration, you get lactase. But keep in mind, you get lactase. So it has to be these three, but it does not provide CO2. Also, this process does not generate ATP. So it has to be number A here. Hello. Number 13. Hello. Which of the following colors of light is absorbed most by chlorophyll? So if you look at all these, blue, green, yellow, orange, this is the least likely to be absorbed. Blue, you know, it's actually more absorbed than orange. Oh, she's so cute. Okay, two more. So what happens in a light independent reaction on photosynthesis? Remember, light dependent reaction is photolysis. You're splitting the water molecule and you make ATP. So it cannot be these two. Reduction of NADPH. Now, keep in mind, reduction means you're gaining electrons. When you gain electrons, you also gain hydrogen. So it's not this one, okay? Because during a light independent reaction, you actually get NADPH. So this one, fixation of carbon dioxide, that's your light independent reaction. Last question. How do you cell capture the energy released by respiration? So blah, blah, blah. They make ATP. Yes. So because when you release the yeah, oh yeah. So cellular respiration turn glucose into ATP. So at the end of it, you get the energy from ATP. So that's the multiple choice section of paper 1. And that's the end of this video. I'll make a second video, or maybe more than just one video, for the other papers. Okay? Let me stop this.